What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace these cruise control buttons on a 2006 Ford F-150. So got my new replacement ones right here. It's Motorcraft part. Well, you guys can just see there. So that's the part number. That's what you're going to need. So first thing you're going to need to do is actually unplug the battery of your truck. I've already done that. So now that the first part is out of the way, you need to come over to, this is the passenger side of the truck. You're going to come around here to where your fuses are located. Actually, I'm going to remove my floor mat out of the way. Oh, look, a fluke. Come around here, so you're going to pull this thing back. This is where your fuse box is located. You're going to need a flathead screwdriver to pry the, well, or you could do it with your finger, that's fine too. Take the little fuse pick right here. You see the white guy? That part pops out. Again, you could use a flathead screwdriver or you can use your hands. It really doesn't matter that much. And the fuse that you're going to be taking out is to prevent, because you don't want your airbag blowing up on you when you do this. So it's going to be red 10. I'm going to show you guys which one that is. See him right there? The red 10 one right there. That's the one you're going to be taking out. So use your pick. Just pinch down on it and pull it right out. There it is. Okie dokie. So after you've taken that fuse out, you can see you've got this little circle thing right here and the same little circle guy right here. You're going to need to take a flathead screwdriver, which I have right here. Flathead screwdriver, and just work it in because you're going to need to pop this guy out. Gonna be a little awkward. This guy might actually be a little too thick. A pocket knife might actually work better to get this guy out. Pocket knife might actually work better, like I said. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna work out better. So boom, see it pops out just like that. You're gonna do that to this side and the other side. And now that you got both of the circular pins out, inside here, it might be a little difficult to see, but there's a 8mm bolt in there. Same thing on this side and on the other side. So you're going to need an extending clip so you can get in there. You're going to go in there and you're going to undo the bolt on this side. Again, 8mm, and the 8mm bolt on the other side. And there you go. Okay, so after you've got the bolt out from this side and this side, this the part of your horn will kind of just pull down straight towards you. Mine kind of broke off, but there should be like a red safety tab right here that you have to kind of pull out of your way. I found that a pocket knife works better than a flathead screwdriver, because what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get back in here, push down on the little safety tab, and then the harness will pop right out. So if you get in there, you just kind of pull down and see how the harness just pops right out just like that. And now that you've gotten that out of the way, this red harness right here will have to be disconnected. So as you can see, there's a gray clip. Focus on the gray, focus on the gray. It's the gray clip on the left-hand side right here. That that clamp right here, you can either use like a flathead screwdriver. I'm going to continue to use a knife. Be very, very careful, obviously, when you're using a knife, especially around wires. You're going to take the this gray thing and you're going to pull it out, and then there's a red part of this clip right here that needs to come up, and then you'll be able to disconnect the wires from it. Alright, and the gray part is out. And then as I said earlier, there's a part right here that will need to come up. And then the wire will be able to pull out. And it has disconnected. And now that you've gotten that crap out of the way, there's a switch in here that you're going to need to push in on to pull out. Same thing right here. You see this little thing? You're going to push in and pull out. And then it's 8mm to 8mm bolts on either side holding these guys in around the backhand side. But definitely get the wiring out of the way first. That one popped out. And this guy popped out. In case that wasn't entirely clear, this portion that's plugged in right here that has see that little top tab right there? That needs to go down, pushing down before you can pull back on it. So push down on this tab and then pull back and it'll pop right out. After you've got your plugs out, you're probably really going to need a wrench like this to access the 8mm bolts behind these switches right here, because they're in really difficult places to reach right here. I highly doubt you're going to be able to get to them with a socket set. But they're 8mm bolts, one on top, one on the bottom, same thing over here, and then these guys will just come right out. Alright, it's really frustrating, not gonna lie. It's a super tedious process, but after you've gotten, you know, both of the things out, they really do just pop right out just like that. So you're just gonna repeat the process over on this side now, and then these guys will pull out just like these guys did. Okie dokie, so we've gotten both of the old buttons out. Pretty tedious, not gonna lie, but certainly doable. So the new part that I got, as you can see, it has the new wiring harness as well. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that. To take out the old harness, it's right up here. You're just gonna push down on the tab on top of it, and it'll pull right out. And then you can see like the gray clip back in here. There's 1, 2, and 3 clips that hold the harness in. You'll just take a knife or like a flathead screwdriver and you'll just kind of pry that harness, or that clip back rather, to pull the harness out of the clip. But there's 3 various ones. I think there's 2. Yeah, you can see random ones throughout here. I think there's 3 total. But yeah, just pry it out and give it a little pull. It'll come right out. I was wrong, there's more than 3 clips. There's 1, 2, 3, and then there's one kind of up underneath. You can see, actually I can kind of point to it through right here as well. It's really easy to do. There's a little tab right here. They're pretty bendy, and you can just kind of pull on it, and then that little gap that you create right there, when you pull on it, the wire will just pull right out underneath. But now that we've got, what did I do with it? Here we go. Now we got the old harness out. It's time to install the new harness that came with our new buttons. And as you can see, I've plugged in my new harness. I re-hooked it back up, you know, through all of the clips that it was supposed to be clipped on. And now that we've done that, we are good to go to take our new parts and put them into place, and where you can start putting those super tedious, annoying 8mm nuts back on. And as always with any project, it's always great if you have a helping hand. Zoe, come here, girl. Come here, girl. So I've got some great helpers here with me today. This is Zoe. Come here, girl. Come here, it's okay. It's okay. I know you're so camera shy. I know you're so camera shy. Yes, you are, girl. Yes, you are, girl. Yes, you are. Just kidding. I actually kind of need these dogs around here because this project is really tedious. At least the screwing and unscrewing the nuts part. So yeah, take breaks if you need to, so you don't go crazy. But yeah, I've got one on right now. This guy's completely on. I'm tightening the nuts down on this side, and then basically you just have to plug everything back in. You know, just like how we unplugged earlier, we got to plug it back in, and then that's basically it. Okay, so these guys are in place firmly. The wires are plugged back in to the sides. Don't forget to do that. So now we've got, you know, our main horn component and all that good stuff. So remember how earlier we unplugged this from this guy right here, but don't forget to put the silver or gray tab back in once you've plugged this guy in. So this guy plugs back into here, and then take that pick or that gray little tab lock thing, and it'll slide right back into where you took it out from. Actually, I take that part about the gray lock thing. I forgot that we were replacing the harness as well. So when you plug your new one back into your existing horn assembly portion right here, you can see the gray part that we took out is actually already in there. So no need to save the old one if you're going to be replacing the harness. Since this is all good to go, just take this and plug it back into where you unplugged it from earlier. There it is. There we go. So see, I can let go. Not putting too much pressure on it, but this guy's firmly plugged in there. And you'll just feed your horn assembly back into place, and then we'll come back around and we'll put the bolts back in from that side and that side that we took out earlier. Alright, everything is back in, guys. These are the new buttons. We put these in, we bolted them. We tightened the nuts down to the bolts. We plugged them back in. We plugged in everything back in that we had to plug in on the horn assembly as well. We put the two 8mm bolts, one on that side, one on the other side back in. Now we gotta make sure that we stick these plugs back in that we took out earlier. But I mean, it is as simple as sticking a plug back in. So that is basically it as far as all of the assembly goes. Now what you don't want to forget is to come back over to the passenger side of your truck and make sure that you put your dang fuses back in from where you took them out earlier. So I went ahead and left my fuse in the fuse pick, but as you recall, we took a fuse out from right here. So it's going to go back in, put the cover back on. We got to reconnect the battery because we disconnected it at the beginning, and that's all there is to it, guys. Alright guys, that's going to completely wrap up today's video. It is too dang hot outside. This project didn't take very long. Honestly, the most tedious, if you want to call it difficult process, part of the process was you know, loosening and tightening the nuts that are located behind the actual switches on the steering wheel. So, but other than that, it's pretty basic. Just unplug, put the new thing in, plug it back in, and then you're good to go. So I appreciate you guys watching. To everyone who's been subscribing and showing me all kinds of crazy support, thank you so much. Especially all the support you guys have been showing me on my latest muffler replacement video, guys. Just thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate it. If you guys are brand new, go ahead and click that subscribe button. When we hit, I don't know if I'm going to do it at 1,500 or 2,000 yet, but when we hit one of those milestones, I'm going to do another giveaway. I've already talked about it on one of my other videos, but it's going to be like a plastic dip wheel kit to where you can change the colors of all the wheels or rims on your vehicle. It's going to be a good time. I don't know if you guys can see that grill, but we're cooking up now, so it's time to go. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.